Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chef's Talk, I guess you can call it. This is just where I talk about random stuff that is affecting my life and other random assorted things and some game related stuff, mostly game related stuff. And I'm going to be playing. When the heck did they start adding horses? I haven't ever played the Minecraft for PC, so please forgive me for the lack of skill and the utter surprise of what they have added to this game. Um, well, that's pretty awesome. Anyways, if you guys watch any of my other videos, you remember, in this volume is really loud. Hold on, options. Like I said, I've never played this, so you gotta give me a second. There we go. There we go. Turn everything down so I can talk to you guys. Anyways, back in Wild Mondays, this week's Wild Mondays, you remember me talking about a game that my 5-year-old nephew wanted to play. And my mom calls me and she was like, well, should I get this? Because it's close to Christmas time right now. She says, should I get this for him? And I said no. And the game was Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever one. Grand Theft Auto in general. He's 5 years old, and yeah. Now, just keep in mind, I am not the type of person, I'm not the dad that's like, speaking of me being a dad, my daughter is sitting right next to me watching Mulan, so she might laugh or something, so you will hear that in the background. But anyways, I'm not the gamer dad that's like, no, these games should not be allowed because they cause violence in kids. No, I've never played Grand Theft Auto. I'm just gonna break some random stuff. But I've never played Grand Theft Auto, mainly because I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't really like modern day stuff. I either like futuristic or RPG, like old stuff, Skyrim stuff, and stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't really concern the everyday, because I live in the now. I want to live in the future and the past, one or the other. Uh, cool. I guess I need to make some stuff first. But anyways, so he's 5 years old. She calls me, luckily, and asks if she should get it for him for Christmas. She doesn't know anything about games or anything like that. And Mom, if you're listening to this, no offense, but you don't know anything about games or anything, and that's why she calls me. And if you don't have a person in your life that can recommend games for younger kids, if that's what they're into, which he is, he likes video games. He ended up getting Transformers. I don't remember which one it is, which I still think is a little bit too advanced for him personally, because he is 5 years old and it's not the kids game. I was recommending Batman. What was it? Lego Batman 3. Because he's played Lego Batman before. He knows what it's about. He knows the controls, all that good stuff. But in his defense, he does have older cousins to teach him how to play this game, and he can come over here and I can teach him how to play the Transformer game. But Grand Theft Auto, if you're a parent and you don't know very much about games, and you don't have that person in your life that knows things about video games, like if you're a grandparent and you don't have the kid that played video games but their kid plays video games, um, go to your GameStop employee. Don't go to Walmart or anything like that, because 9 times out of 10, unless you get a young employee, they don't know very much uh, about video games either. I forgot how to open. Okay, there we go. But they don't really pay attention to video games. They're just like, okay, this is what they want. Here you go. Give me your money and buy. So go to GameStop. Majority of the time, they usually know what they're talking about, as far as games go, and they're not gonna try to steer you in the wrong direction. Yeah, they're here to make money, but if you're like, hey, I'm looking for a game for a 5-year-old, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and give them Grand Theft Auto or like something crazy like that. They're gonna say, oh, well, we do have this rated E game and stuff like that. Um, So I don't have a gripe with Grand Theft Auto. Personally, I think you should be 21 to play it because of the graphic severity of what's in the game. But like I have a friend that's 14 years old and I have one that's 18 years old, and both of them have such an adult mind that they know that whenever they're playing that game, it's in the game. They're not going to go out and shoot people and steal their cars, you know. That's, they know it's a game. But there are some people that do take it to the extreme. There's extremists in everything in this world. So, yeah. But if you are younger, is that a rabbit? When the heck did they add all this crap? This is amazing. What the? Okay, come here, you. I just want to kill you. So, anyways, my recommendation. Whoops, I have a really sensitive mouse, and I'm not used to playing first-person shooter games yet. First-person mining games. But if you are a parent and you're like, okay, I had this 5-year-old kid, um, or someone that is in the rated E game market, which is like E for everyone, you know. Um, what am I doing? So if you're looking for somebody that is underage and you're trying to buy something that is suitable for them, go ahead and buy a Wii or a Wii U, whatever, um, and let them play that because they're all family friendly, family oriented games. They're not gonna, well, most Nintendo actually made games, not like third party games. But usually, for the most part, they are, excuse me, rated E games. They don't have super violent stuff in it. Sorry, Juliet's singing. Um, so they don't have super violent games or anything like that. And now she's mocking me. uh, anyways, and they're suitable for kids. Personally, for my daughter, she's not going to be playing any of the newer consoles until she's, I'm going to say about 13. So whenever she gets 13, she's 3 right now, and she plays Pokemon with me, which is perfectly fine. They they taught me morals of today. They taught me my morals that I use today. Pokemon and the games and the TV show. That's what I grew up on, and I'm not a bad guy. I don't freaking kill anybody or mock people for how they are for the most part. Like, everybody has their joking days and stuff like that. But for the most part, I try not to judge people or anything. Um, but she's gonna be playing SNES and she's gonna be playing NES and all those good things until she's older. Because one, those whenever I say this, I mean generally speaking, and I mean mostly like Mario and platformers. Those games are easy enough for her to play. Like and they're colorful and all that good stuff. She loves watching me play Super Mario World. So I know whenever she's older, if I could play the game, she could play the game whenever I was her age. Um, oh, you sound so sad. So she can, if I can play the game, she can play the games for the same age. We're the same age and all that good stuff. So this is pretty easy find. But yeah, so that's just me being a dad that has been playing video games all of his life. I don't have anything against Grand Theft Auto, except I don't play it, and I don't think kids should play it either. I mean, the way that they use drug use and have prostitution and all that good stuff, in my opinion, giving it to kids is like giving porn to kids. And I mean, that's just going by what I've heard. I've never played it. Maybe I should play it just to let the game have a fair chance and me not just tear it down instantly. But video games video games are an art style, and with every art, they deserve to be out there. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna waste my money on it. If somebody wants to let me borrow Grand Theft Auto 5, I might play it just to be able to say, okay, yeah, this definitely confirms why I'm not gonna play this game, or continue playing in the series. Uh, but you know, kids, kids nowadays have it like so easy to manipulate their moms or dads, and sometimes they don't try to. Like my nephew is not trying to be like, yeah, I want to play Grand Theft Auto because it has all this stuff in it. No, he's seen some of his friends, he's seen his cousins, playing it, and they're older and they can play the games that they want to play and everything, and he just watches them, and he wants to play that game that he can steal cars and stuff like that. Um, oh God, let me get inside. Oh Lord, this is. Sorry guys for the boring part. I obviously haven't made a bed yet, so it's gonna be boring. Me just standing here at night. I don't feel like fighting anything. I don't even have a sword yet. Well, you know what? Might as well. There she goes again. She's mocking me again. But I'm messing up her movie. That's why she's mocking me. But yes, it's closed. Um. Anyway, so it's not the parents' fault and it's not the kids' fault why they can play these games exactly. Well, it is parents' fault because they're not doing their research and buying it, and then they want to get all mad about it and say, "Oh my God, these kids! I mean, they allow the kids to play these games." It's your fault for buying it in the first place. But that's beside the point. You should have did your research. Now your kid uh, has been shown these graphic images, and now he knows about drugs and stuff like that. It's your fault for presenting it to him, or her. But if everybody just is responsible about their video games and everything like that, then everything will be good. Everything will be fine. You know, just take responsibility and don't let your kids play Grand Theft Auto or anything like that, and do your research, because if you don't, then it's pretty much like buying porn for your kids, honestly. And every parent should know what the rating system is. So you should know E is for everybody, E10 is for 10 and over, uh, T is for teen, which, that obviously, I was playing T games whenever I was really young, but that's mainly the reason that they're rated T is because of use of guns, blood, and sometimes, like, you would hear the occasional cuss word every once in a while. Um, but not very often at all. So those are kind of forgivable as far as letting your kids play them and stuff. But after that, after you get to rated M for mature, I don't think kids should be playing that. They shouldn't be playing Call of Duty. First of all, because it's too violent for them. Um, they should not be knowing about war and stuff like that. Well, they should know about it through history books and stuff, but they shouldn't know what goes on over there, like the killing and all that good stuff, unless you have a parent in the military. And then, of course, they should know what's going on over there. They should know, regardless, what's going on over there, but they shouldn't be like taking part in it and saying, "Oh yeah, I shot like 50 guys over there." And stuff like that, because whenever they get older, they're going to want to join the military, and they're going to have this deluded thought that being in the military is just going over there and killing everybody. And it's not like that. I've heard abundance of my friends thinking that just because they know a thing or two about guns thanks to Call of Duty, and they think that they have the accuracy, they can join the military and first of all make it through the boot camp and everything, and then second of all, thank you. Um, Second of all, they just think it's all about killing and having fun. Well, the fact is, it's a lot of politics. I'll get you something in just 1 second, okay? Um, but it's a lot about politics as far as war goes, and it's also, uh, you could be the unlucky person to get their leg shot off, or you could be the even unluckier person to witness losing your friend in war, or losing your life, you know. Um, So kids should not have that diluted thought that, oh, I'm gonna go over there and shoot 50 guys and have fun and blah blah blah. It's a lot of hard work. I've never been in the military. I know friends that are in the military, and I'm scared for them every day of their life. But they got the best training in the world with the American Army. So I have faith in them. But anyways, I don't want to go into a whole military spiel, even though I already kind of did. Uh, God dang it, all these people. uh, so yeah, if the parent is, I see, that's Trenton. Yep, that's Santa's picture. But if parents just take responsibility and study up, like I'm talking about parents that don't know anything about gaming or anything like that. If they just take responsibility and do research before they buy the game, their kids will be safe. Um, and oh, I'm lagging. And kids in the community of rated M games makes it extremely annoying for older people trying to play simple video games on their Xbox or whatever, because the kids get on there and they are exposed to, oops, they're exposed to adults' language and everything like that. So they're sitting there using it. They don't know how to use it responsibly and all that good stuff. So they just, it just puts a bad taste in other gamers' mouth whenever young kids are sitting there running around in a team effort and oh, thank you. And they can't get anything done because they have two 8-year-old kids playing around with them, and uh, they're just running around not doing anything, cussing everybody out. But that being said, there are some responsible kids out there. You know who your kids are. You know how they act. You know your kids, plain and simple. You know if your kid is immature and has ADHD, they should not be playing Call of Duty online with a whole bunch of 30, 40-year-old guys, you know. But if your kid is like how I was, where I was quiet and I uh, I knew wrong from right, I knew not to cuss and stuff like that, um, then it's okay to have them on there. Um, but in general, I think the guideline for ratings is spot on, and that's what your kids should be playing. They shouldn't be playing um, anything over their age limit. So once they hit 13, yeah, go ahead and they can play rated T games. You know, yeah, they're gonna be mad at you, but whatever. You're the parent. You just tell them what to do. Um, it doesn't matter if they're mad at you because they got freaking Hello Kitty's Dream World instead of Call of Duty. At least you know in your mind that you did the right thing in buying them that game instead of Call of Duty. At least you know that they're not being exposed to extreme violence at young ages. Um, like I said, I support any games, game developers, all that good stuff. Uh, they deserve to make it pretty much any game. I'm not gonna say any game because there are some games that I've heard of coming out that are just horrible, horrible games. But whatever. It's art style. There's violent art out there. There's violent lyrics and songs. And the games deserve the same rights as books, as paintings, as lyrics, as anything. So I'm not gonna try to sit here and say, oh, they deserve, or gaming industry needs to be censored and stuff like that. No, we have rating systems for a reason. You just have to respect them. Just like movies have rating systems, and we need to respect those. Oops. But anyways, enough about that rant. So the other night, actually last night, I was on Netflix looking around and everything, and ooh, creeper. and I found something. I'm sure you guys, oops, I'm sure some of you guys have probably heard of this TV series, and I'm sure you've probably watched it and you already know what I'm talking about. But I found pretty much the greatest anime I've ever seen. And just keep in mind, I've seen quite a few animes. I've watched Bleach. I mean, I've watched, I don't know. I've watched a lot of animes in my life. Um, and I've read a lot of mangas and all that good stuff. But I usually generally don't watch shows that are not dubbed. Oh, I'm lagging again. Um, but I found this on Netflix, and I was like, you know what? Everybody's raving over this show. I might as well watch it and give the give the subtitles a chance and everything. And the show is Attack on Titan. That show, I don't get overly sensitive over things. Like, I don't cry over anything. I don't cry unless it's like Finn off of Adventure Time says a healthy cry whenever somebody dies. Uh, so for me to almost cry 2 times in the first 2 episodes, that's pretty intense. That's a pretty good show. And like I said, I hate subtitles. I hate reading subtitles and everything because I'm just trying to pay attention to the show. But, good God, I love that show. I'm most likely, like I said, my job's seasonal, so whenever I get back to work, I am definitely going to. My daughter loves it whenever I go to work because she gets to go see her nana. So now she's yelling at me over that. Anyways, uh, I'm definitely gonna buy the Blu-ray special edition uh, Titanfall. Titanfall. Listen to me. Now I'm talking video games again. But I'm definitely gonna buy the Blu-ray special collector edition, blah blah blah, of Attack on Titan. Because I love that show so much. I literally the first night I watched it, I went from episode 1 to like 10 or something like that. So it was a marathon, pretty much. It wasn't like a whole season or anything, but I stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching it. So it's probably the best anime I've ever seen. I mean, I'm sure there might be some that's out there that other people might say are better and all that good stuff, but man, I mean, they have the action that you want. They have the freaking heart-wrenching storyline, and they have everything that you want in a video game, in a anime. Okay, but they have everything that you want in an anime, pretty much, so far that I've seen. The only thing that I don't like is there's like in the characters, there's almost a little bit too much crying. Maybe they'll stop being pansies after a while. Uh, but other than that, it's pretty spectacular. Not gonna lie. Um, so definitely check it out on Netflix if you don't mind reading subtitles. Even if you do mind reading subtitles, like I'm not a strong reader. I'm sure you heard it in the Wild Mondays. I'm not the strongest of readers, and for me to actually sit down and read a show, anybody that knows me is like, wow, I can't believe you're actually reading subtitles and stuff. Because, like, I refuse to even watch, what's that movie called? Crap. No, I regret bringing this up because I can't think of what it's called. Uh, Inglourious Bastards. I refuse to watch that movie. Like, I went and saw it with my wife in theaters, and, I couldn't even pay attention because the subtitles were moving too fast for me, and, all that good stuff. I was like, why couldn't they just have this American dub? All that good stuff. But and everybody says that's a wonderful movie. So for me to sit here and say that this anime is amazing, even though I'm having to read subtitles, like they bring so much depth into the characters that, and even the voice actors, the Japanese voice actors, they have so much feeling in their voices that whenever I'm reading it, I imagine them like saying it in English. So like at the end of the episode, I'm like, did I just watch an English dub episode of this? No, no, it's definitely Japanese. Uh, so it's pretty awesome. Like I said, I I've seen a lot of animes, and so far, aside from Attack on Titan, the only other anime that has almost made me cry is Pokemon. And I'm probably, spoiler alert, the episodes that I'm talking about are the Butterfree episode. Everybody that knows what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about. You cried. Just hold on. As soon as I get done with this video, okay? Yep, you can have marshmallows too. We can have hot chocolate. But anyways, um, usually my wife's here to take care of her while I'm making videos, but it's just me and her today. So, anyways, um, yeah, whenever Ash lets Butterfree go, that's the episode that I'm talking about. And then whenever he lets Pikachu go, but obviously gets him back, that's the other episode that I'm talking about. But and then in the movie, the first movie, whenever Ash dies, uh, I saw that in theaters, and oh my goodness, there wasn't a dry eye in that house. Back whenever I was like 5, however old I was. Um, so for that to do that in the first few episodes to make me almost cry in the first few episodes, that's impressive. For them to come up with that much character detail in 2 episodes, I think it was. Whenever I'm not gonna spoil this. I want y'all to go see it, so I'm not gonna spoil what happens. But whenever something happens to the main character, um, in the second, I think it's the second episode. It might be the third episode, but still, for them to come up with that much character development in 3 episodes, for me to almost start crying, that's impressive. I cannot stop talking about this anime. Um, but yeah, so another news. Um, Tomorrow is my last day of this season. So after tomorrow, I'm not going to be working for when? Till the 7th of next month, I think. I mean, I have to go back and do some stuff, but my first group won't be back in until the 7th. So I have a little while with you guys, and I'll make some videos and all that good stuff, and uh, come up with some kind of news stuff for you guys, and play a couple different characters with WoW. Okay, we can have hot chocolate and stuff, and then we'll go jump on the trampoline. But sorry for all the interruptions, like I said. But I do have a. Well, we don't have any big marshmallows, but I do have a 3-year-old daughter, so you guys just have to deal with it. Um, yep, you can have little marshmallows. Not a problem. Yep, I have marshmallows too. One of these days I'll do a proper introduction of Juliet, and my wife will probably play WoW with me one day, but I'll get on the webcam and have her on and everything, and y'all can say, or she can say hey to you guys, because I'm sure y'all want to know what she looks like. But so yeah, um, I'm sure y'all don't really like watching me play Minecraft, but this is like the only other game that I have right now to play on PC, aside from Borderlands, which, like I've said, here, you can watch that. But anyways, aside from Borderlands, which like I've told you guys before, I want to play with Dungeon Master Blobe and his brother. Can't remember what his screen name is, so, and I don't know if he wants me to use his real name, so I'll wait until we actually get to play before I use his name. Um, I think it's like Alex Rain or something like that, which is not his real name at all. Um, no, Grim Grams. That's it. Sorry, couldn't remember it. It's been a while since I played with him. Um, so anyways, so I want to play that with them, and so that's pretty much all the games that I can really play. I mean, Dungeon Master Blow let me use his Steam library, so I could play some of his games, but um, I don't know. Like I might play what is that game called? Cthulhu Saves the World or something. I do want to play that with you guys because that looks like a pretty funny game. Um, but yep, either I'm hoping soon I'm gonna be able to get a small capture card, like a easy cap or something like that, and then a the AV cables for my SNES, because I really want to play some old school SNES games with you guys and like Super Mario World and all that good stuff, uh, and just play my childhood with you guys. So, and that will probably be whenever I get my SNES up and going and everything and set up in here. Um, I'll probably do this kind of video where I'm talking and everything on Super Mario World oops, rather than Minecraft, because I know Minecraft isn't exactly the most fun to watch other people play. What? Yep, well, right for Santa Claus. But because everybody does everything with Minecraft, everybody makes Minecraft videos, and I know it's getting boring out there, oversaturated. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news I have, I think, today. Do you guys see these like bushes glitching out and they're like flowers and stuff? That's weird. Um, yeah, we'll have marshmallows in that. Oh yeah. So Juliet has an Elf on the Shelf, and if you don't know what that is, just go anywhere on the internet and type. Well, don't go anywhere on the internet because there's weird pictures of people using Elf on the Shelf to kill other stuffed animals and stuff. But Elf on the Shelf is like this thing for kids where you can place this little stuffed elf. I'm trying not to say it too loud, but he's like this stuffed little animal thing. Um, and you can place him anywhere, and he's supposed to be like Santa's helper, and he's supposed to be watching over the kids and stuff. And the kids can name them and stuff like that. Like Juliet named hers uh, Puff. Yeah, she named him Puff, and like he's running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like if she's bad, the first time she was bad, she yep. But whenever she was bad, oh god, the elf on the shelf TP'd her little playhouse at her granny's house. So that was pretty funny because she kept on messing with toilet paper, and he saw that, and so the puff TP'd her little playhouse, which I thought was hilarious. Um, but whenever she's good, uh, Puff does some good stuff for her. Like today, I think it was. Yeah, today Puff wrote in sprinkles on a plate that she has 7 more days until Santa gets here. So, Elf on the Shelf, you can be really creative in the placement and everything like that as long as the kids don't touch it because that's how it loses its magic. No, you can't have any candy. We gotta eat lunch first. But so yeah, it's really fun. At first, whenever I was introduced to him, everything, it was extremely weird. Because like you seeing him move. I'm trying not to say anything too revealing, but you seeing him move is totally different from whenever he moves whenever you're not here. If you know what I'm saying. Um, so like if somebody else is in the room and they move whenever they're in the room, and then you get in the room and he's totally different spot than where you saw him, it's like freaky because you're like, where the heck did he go? So at first it's really creepy, but whenever you see your kid's face and reaction to the elf on the shelf moving and like hiding in the Christmas tree and all that good stuff, it's really nice. And Juliet gets creeped out by him sometimes because one time he was shaving in the bathroom and she went in there to use the bathroom and she saw him and she got freaked out. She was like, "Daddy, the elf on the shelf is in the bathroom," or she said, "Puff is in the bathroom. I'm scared." I said, "Why are you scared?" She says, "'Cause he's creepy." So it's pretty funny. So I definitely recommend next year. Or I mean, I guess you still have time to still play around with them, but definitely get an Elf on the Shelf. It comes with a little book, and it tells you his little story and everything. And it's definitely fun to see your kid's reaction and everything like that. And every night he's supposed to go back home to Santa, so you can put him somewhere and hide him in your room and all that good stuff. And so it's just fun. It's a magical time. Um, so if you have kids, roughly between the ages of, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say two, because Juliet, she's 3 right now, so she would have definitely had a lot of fun with it even whenever she was 2 years old. So in between two and whenever they stop believing in the Christmas spirit, uh, those ages are very nice to have little traditions like this. Um, so yeah, and like you can find these at Books a Million, and you can find like little clothes from. We actually went to Books a Million. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Um, and we saw where he had like a little chef outfit and all kinds of stuff. It's just a lot of things that you can do with it. So definitely grab one of those for your kids and have fun and be creative in the ways that you that he moves around, because doing the same thing over and over again, going into the bathroom, going into their room, going into the living room, going into the kitchen, all that good stuff, it gets boring after a while. So yeah, definitely like my wife saw him, wink wink, hide in a like she had a paper balloon and there was a basket under it, so it kind of looked like a hot air balloon, and she had it up there for him to hide in, um, over the TV, and it was pretty cute. It was pretty funny, and whenever Juliet saw him, she had a really good time with it. So it's like it's like Christmas every day, because they have the same kind of spark in their eye whenever they see that Santa drops off presents for them, and whenever they see the elf on the shelf moving around and stuff. It's just like a feel good parenting moment. So definitely do that. Um, well, come back here, sheep. I need a bed. But back to video games, and this episode is, I guess, a lot about kids. I guess we can say that that's the uh, main objective of this episode today. Uh, I definitely recommend, um, as like I said, a person that's been playing video games since I don't even know. I mean, my brother got his first NES whenever he was a kid, and me being raised with just mom and my brother, I got exposed to whatever his video games were, and like we had a lot of time to play the video games and stuff like that. And my mom was really cool. She never judged me. Like my brother never really was hardcore about video games. He played them, and he played Mario Kart and racing games and all that good stuff. But he was never hardcore into video games. But my mom was like really cool in the fact that would uh, she would let me play video games whenever I wanted and everything. And you know, she didn't care about how many video games I played and stuff like that. But she did, like her and my grandma both filtered what I did play a little bit. Like my grandma didn't let me play Gears of War at first, because she didn't like the fact that it had war in the name. So, I love Gears of War, don't get me wrong, that's one of my favorite games, but I'm glad that she made me wait until later on in my life to play it, because that is a really violent game. But like I said, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but I was a more mature kid, in the fact that I knew right from wrong at a young age, and yes, yes. Just hang on. Watch Fox and the Hound for a minute. Okay? Come here. Okay, I am. Um, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was a little bit more mature for my age. Like, I'm not saying I was like freaking acting like a 30-year-old at 10, but I knew right from wrong at an earlier age. So playing Gears of War didn't really affect me in the way that it would affect a person that was young at heart and didn't know right from wrong, you know. Um, but my mom always thought of it as this way for playing video games. At least he's not going out doing something bad. You know, at least I wasn't going out and uh, doing drugs and partying and all that good stuff. That's how she saw it. Uh, I mean, she always knew where I was at because I was in my room, um, playing my games. Uh, but back to my point, I definitely do recommend playing games with your kid. I don't recommend because even though I did have a brother growing up, and then later on in my life, I had a stepsister. They were a little bit older than me. Um, so if I did go out with them ever, I always felt like the third wheel and never felt equal to them until I was older. Excuse me. Um, and so me playing video games by myself all the time, I just kind of felt like an only child for a long time. I felt like they didn't want to have anything to do with me. Um, you know, all that good stuff. I felt like an only child, and which you know, I don't mind. Now that I'm older, I have a little bit better relationship with them, I guess. And you know, um, but my mom, like, she's not very tech savvy or anything like that, so she didn't ever play video games with me, which I had cousins and stuff that I played with. Um, but it would have been nice to have someone there that did play video games with me, like an adult figure, because it's kind of like that bonding moment. Me and my mom have a really good relationship, so it's not like, oh, I'm saying my mom was a horrible mom because she didn't play video games with me. No, it just would have been nice if I would have had like my mom there or someone in my family there to play video games with me and stuff. What in the world? Oh, that's weird. Okay, there it is. Put your headphones back on. Look. But hold on. Okay, it's not gonna be loud. But like I was saying, I definitely recommend playing video games with your kids. It's just a good bonding activity. Uh, Depending on who you are. Obviously, some kids like sports and some parents like sports, so that's like stereotypical. Let's go play ball, Johnny. You know, you can go do that. But with me and Juliet, I'm like, hey, let's go play Pokemon. Let's go play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Um, that's what we're actually doing right now. We're playing Pokemon Alpha. Which one is it? The newest Ruby and Sapphire. I can't remember the names. I mean, they have so many freaking Pokemon games. I love them all, but still. Uh, I mean, I named a character after her. I play only whenever she wants to play that game. So I'm not too far in it. So no spoilers for me. Don't tell me anything. But I'm not too far into it. Um, but I mean, I just play at her speed. You know, it's gonna be a little while before the next Pokemon game comes out and everything like that. And if I need to, if I really must play the Pokemon game and uh, see what's going on in the storyline and see what the Mega Evolutions are, I would buy another copy for myself. I wouldn't go on without her and all that good stuff. Um, because I want that to be mine and her thing. I mean, there's nothing like talking to your 3-year-old and saying, "Oh, do you want to play some Pokemon?" And her saying, "Yeah, I want to play Pokemon." And I said, "What do we do in Pokemon?" And she tells you, "Well, we catch Pokemon and we we go to gym leaders and we get badges." There's nothing like that, I'm telling you. If you're a Pokemon fan and you've been playing Pokemon for a long time, um, that's your mommy's camera. There's nothing like hearing those words coming out. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go get some marshmallows. Hold on. Let me say bye-bye to these people, okay? But I guess that's my cue to go get some marshmallows and hot chocolate. She's been talking about them for a while. I'm sure you've heard. Um, So until next time, if you have kids, go play with your kids. Uh, if not, go find your little cousin, your little brother. Uh, play your games with them. If they like playing video games, play games with them. And if not, do some kind of activity with them. Because, you only have people for a little bit of time. And then if you're a little brother or you're a big brother and stuff like that, your brothers are gonna be moving out, or your sister's gonna be moving out. And if you have kids, they're not gonna be kids forever. So definitely get as much bonding time, however you guys like, in. And just coincidentally, me and Juliet's bonding time is video games. Um, so yeah, go play with your little brother, your big sister, whatever, and have fun. Go play with your kids and play Pokemon or Mario. Don't play Grand Theft Auto or anything. Go play some family-oriented games. Go play the Wii U with your kids. And until next time, I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.